Revenge, a common trope found across all forms of literary media, pertaining to a character's act of doing something bad to a person who did something bad to him, her, or them. Example: Purpose, presenting a plot point of a story that will either make you come in satisfaction or get you blue-balled with an unhappy resolution. Source:
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
NTR, a common trope seen in all genres of storytelling, which I'm not gonna define cause YouTube's summer could strike me down. Example: Ask your mom cause she was pretty great last night. Purpose, giving a story that will either get you blue-balled from disgust or make you come as a result of your fetishes being satisfied. You weird little piece of shit. Source: Now, what will happen if these two concepts are combined and used as a premise of a story? First off, we end up with a lot of questionable hentai doujins, which I definitely haven't seen. And every now and then, we also get masterpieces such as this. The story of a man who got NTRed, so he morbed to get his revenge. This is probably the worst way to introduce the show, but I had to do it for that thumbnail and title, okay? But it's fucking dumb! Yes, and that's why dumb people like you clicked on this video! Well, here we are with another episode of YouTuber Rude-Nii's unstupid random anime content in Susan's Town. In short, why are you racist? The anime for today's discussion is entitled
Gankutsuou.
The Count of Monte Cristo. Without further ado, let's get moving. Or should I say, let's get morbid. I'm sorry. The Count of Monte Cristo is an anime adaptation of a novel written in 1984 by Alexandre Dumas, a famous French writer. Generally speaking, it's still pretty uncommon for Western novels, or perhaps just novels in general, to be adapted as anime. Of course, with the exception of Japanese novels that weigh under 500 grams. I personally could only name a few of these adaptations, such as The Count of Monte Cristo,
青い文学シリーズ
an anime series inspired by 6 Japanese literary classics, and Bible Black, an adaptation of the world-famous book called Bible.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
The anime adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo doesn't exactly follow the story from the source material. Rather, it deviates a lot from it. I haven't read the book myself, but at least that's what I've read from the most trusted source for online information. So, just to clarify, this video is about the story presented in the anime adaptation. Now, let's talk about what the story is all about. The Count of Monte Cristo is a story set in a futuristic sci-fi setting that focuses on 3 main themes. First off, probably the most prominent one, is revenge, with this cool-looking Smurf as the main stage performer.
Oh yeah.
The entire story is basically a gigantic chess game. What? Why are you guys booing? Actually, Gigak said the same thing in his video 3 years ago. You're just copying him. Oh, did he?
Every character is a pawn in this giant chess game.
Oh shit. Fine, I'll do another one. The entire story is basically a colossal match of checkers? Yep, a colossal match of checkers that goes like this.
It's Morbid time.
Throughout the first half of the story, you're not really given a clear context regarding some of the events and character interactions being presented. But as you get closer to the end, you realize that for all this time, everything that has happened was just a preparation, and by the time you realize it, the last piece of the puzzle is about to be placed and the dominoes has been arranged. And as the Count places the last puzzle piece and tumbles that first domino, you're in for a satisfying ride. Not again. What is it this time? Gigok said the same shit in his video, you copycat.
You see the Count setting up the domino. Every plot point a piece to the bigger puzzle.
Yeah, okay fine, I'll change it up again. For all this time, everything that has happened was just a preparation. And by the time you realize it, the bomb has been set, and the imposters are about to win. And as the Count presses the detonator, as well as that kill button I guess, make sure to whip your dick out, cause you're about to orgasm from a series of satisfying events. However, much like jacking off, sometimes the satisfying things come at unsatisfying costs. Sometimes your grip might be too tight, and sometimes you have no choice but to use shampoo as lube, both of which will of course make you come in satisfaction, but at the cost of uncomfortable burning sensation from your dick skin being damaged. Don't forget the fact that you also need to deal with the self-disappointment brought by that post-nut clarity. What I'm trying to say is that the satisfying part of this revenge story isn't just served in a silver platter. Rather, it comes with an appetizing appetizer, cooked through betrayal and manipulation, and made out of undeserved pain and deaths. And as painful as it is to watch some of the characters go through undeserved struggles, it's one of the many things that I appreciate about the show. In a sense, it was able to portray the concept of revenge in a more realistic way. It presented the fact that revenge, as much as it brings one of the most satisfying feelings, can also bring destruction, not just to the receiving end, but also to the perpetrator himself and even to people who were never involved in the first place. Moving on, the show also tackles aristocracy. Though the show is set in a futuristic setting, concepts that are prominent back in the old days when the source material was written, such as aristocracy, are blended in. The story showcased the corrupt world of aristocracy. Noble statuses are often fabricated through corrupt means, and relationships between aristocrats are based on what they can gain from each other. This fucked up world of aristocrats was used as a perfect way to set up and contextualize not just the revenge part of the story, but also to build upon the relationships of the characters, which is the last theme in the list, the complexity of human relationships. With a relatively huge number of characters, the story presents a wide variety of character relationships and interactions. We see character relationships that are completely founded on either hatred or affection. We see acquaintances going through challenges and fostering their friendship along the way, lovers processing how they actually feel about each other, families getting broken into pieces because of greed and disloyalty, friends sacrificing what they can to help one another, characters manipulating others to attain their goals, hosts getting their assholes rammed by multiple dicks. With all that said, every relationship and interaction is strategically placed to bring us to the grand finale of the story, with the Count himself leading the way for us to follow. Now, speaking of the Count, the character that really brings the show to life is the Count himself, at least in my objective opinion. His mysterious and charismatic character just makes the story much more immersive. Throughout the show, I found myself conflicted on how to feel about him. In my mind, I was trapped in a dilemma. This guy's kinda hot. Wait, would that mean I'm gay? Nah, that can't be right. But hypothetically speaking, would I be the top or the bottom? What am I even thinking? Technically speaking, he's also dead. Does that mean I'm necrophilic? Stop. That's not what I'm pertaining to. In my mind, I was conflicted on whether to view the Count in a positive light or not, And in that sense, I was able to kind of relate to the conflicted feelings of the other characters towards him. And I think that's what makes this character great. He's there to make the story immersive as if we're in the story ourselves by drawing us to his charismatic yet suspicious character. Now, you've been seeing all these clips from the show ever since the beginning of the video, and I know what you're thinking. That looks a bit weird. Yep, the animation style is quite unique. Watching the first few episodes is definitely a trippy experience, but you get used to it immediately. In my objective opinion, the only part that looks pretty bad is the CGI fight scene, which honestly didn't really bother me that much cause it's not exactly an action show wherein the fight scenes are served as the main dish. Personally, I'd take this over a well-animated anime that doesn't really have much story to tell. Well, I've been rambling about all of this shit and I haven't actually talked about the plot point presented in the title of this video. And the truth is, you've been tricked, bamboozled, and fucked in the ass. Cause I'm not actually gonna talk about it, simply because I don't want to end up spoiling a huge chunk of this story. Heck, you've already been spoiled just a little bit by reading the title and watching this video. But I hope I've piqued your interest to go watch the show if you still haven't. And if you're interested, go check out this video about the anime where Hitler got isekai'd, or this video regarding the anime adaptation that ruined my precious waifus. That's it for this video. See you on the next one. Peace.